Welcome to Conflict News 24. After a break of a few days, I am back with you for the ongoing coverage of Russia-Ukraine war. What is Russian strategy? Is Russia going to launch a major counteroffensive in Donbas, which is being predicted by most analysts? And what is happening on front lines, on major fronts like Bakhmut, Soledar, Kremina, and Siversk? Are Russians on the offensives, on the offensive, and Ukrainians gradually losing the momentum which they had? A few weeks ago, Ukrainians were on the offensive. They took control of large territories in Kharkiv and they were threatening to enter Luhansk from Kharkiv. But now it seems that things have changed. Firstly, yes, West US are promising delivery of new weapon systems to Ukraine. We know that a few weeks ago, US announced to supply Patriot air defense system to Ukraine. Ukrainian operators are being trained in the US, and we could see deliveries to Ukraine of this much needed for Ukraine air defense system in coming weeks, coming months maybe. Then Germany has announced delivery of Leopard tanks, but even this delivery could take some time. Right now, what we are seeing is that Russians are on the offensive. Yes, you can argue that the pace of their offensive is slow. The pace of their gains is slow. But on almost all major fronts, gradually Russians are taking territories. And I think that in next few weeks, we could see a major push from Russian forces to gain some momentum in their offensive in eastern Ukraine, in Donbas especially. Now see that Bakhmut, yes, you can say that Bakhmut is still not under full control of Russian forces. But they have managed to enter Bakhmut from eastern, from southern sides. They have entered Bakhmut. Wagner fighters are gradually consolidating control of Bakhmut. It took Russians months to enter Bakhmut, but they were pushed out of Bakhmut a few weeks ago. They came back inside the city, and now they are inside Bakhmut city. Soledar under Russian control. And from Soledar, they are moving towards Blahodatne. They're trying to encircle Bakhmut after taking control of Soledar. Then Siversk, though they're not in Siversk, but they are trying to move towards Siversk. Reportedly, they have taken control of Bilohorovka, close to Lysychansk, which was under Ukrainian control for several months, rather, I think. But now, reportedly, Bilohorovka is under Russian control, though visual confirmation is awaited. And now, reportedly, they'll try to move towards Siversk. Same is happening on Kremina front, that Russians are moving to the north and west of Kremina. So you can say that on all fronts, in Donbas, in Donetsk, and in Luhansk, Russian forces are on the offensive. Yes, they suffered massive territorial losses when Ukrainian forces retook territories in Kharkiv several weeks ago. But then Russians reorganized. They made new recruitments, and we saw arrival of these new recruits in eastern Ukraine, in Donbas, and then started counteroffensive from Russia. Yes, counteroffensive, you can argue that if Russians advance on this pace, how long will they take to take control of Kiev? Their target is not Kiev now. Their first target is to secure control of entire Donbas, entire Lugansk and Donetsk. They have large territories of Lugansk under their control. They want to take control of large territories, entire of Donetsk. And then obviously Zaporizhia, Kherson, they had to retreat from Kherson to the they retreated from across Dnieper River, and they are holding their positions. Ukrainians are not in a position to cross Dnieper River to hit Russian forces deployed to the right bank of Dnieper River. So there, Russians in good position, but they'll not try to cross Dnieper once again, like they did a few months ago. Then they realized that it was becoming difficult for them to be in control of territories across Dnieper. They retreated. So we can say that gradually, in the past 3 to 4 months, Russians have made some adjustments, keeping in view ground realities, keeping in view their losses, their defeats. They made readjustments on Kherson front, on Kharkiv front, on Donetsk, on Lugansk. And now, from their strongholds, they are pushing towards new territories. And that is why it is becoming difficult for Ukrainians now to launch a major push on any front. On almost all fronts, Ukrainians are gradually losing ground. Pace is slow, again I'm saying, but this Russian strategy seems to be working. But I think sooner or later, Russians will try to intensify this offensive, and that would be a decisive moment. Will they be able to change gears, or will they just keep on moving slowly and steadily? And will delivery of new weapon systems like Leopard tanks and air defense systems, Patriot, will it make any difference? That remains to be seen. Several weeks to go before Ukrainians would be able to receive these weapon systems. Before that, Russians are gradually intensifying their offensive operations on almost all fronts in Donbas region of Ukraine. Thank you for watching.